Morning, madam.
How are you doing today?
Yeah, fine.
How was your weekend?
It was sweet.
It was sweet. What was sweet about it? Nini ilikuwa mzuri?
I don't know.
Nasikia
kaopia. Mlienda kwa mama Pima.
Mlienda kwa mama Pima? Akawapea nini?
Kwani hujui kwa mama Pima?
Mko na news leo? Mimi? Nakunywa soda. Umeokoka? Hiyo ndo gani? Kuna news yoyote leo? News, labda uniambie.
Baba ameenda.
Ameenda wapi?
Ameenda kusaidia baba yake.
Na amekiti pembeni.
Madam, unajua baba ameenda.
Amekufa? Lini?
Alikufia huko India. Hujui?
Sijasikia.
Kwani madam hautatari?
Nimekuwa busy.
Baba alienda.
Sasa watu wanasema aje kuhusu hiyo?
Baba ametuacha. Lakini wazazi wako. Wewe. Muziki.
Mlikuwa games? Nani walishinda? Zaidi alishinda? Ama hii department ilishinda? Alikuwa? Sawa. So, good morning again.
Good morning, madam.
So, naitwa Mercy. I'm the one who will be taking you through this course called Advocacy and Lobbying Activities. I know we've not met, so it's our first time meeting. So, nataka to introduce you to Joanna. Sawa? So, we start with you. Yes? Yes? Okay. Based on when you introduce, naona hapa kuna Calvins. Nani ni class ya? Calvins ameenda wapi leo? Okay. So when you report, we are going. So we are going to, our session title today is Developing Assessment Tools. Developing of assessment tools. So I require 2 volunteers to put up again. 2 volunteers. Mwenye ako na assessment tools ainue. So class, naomba you use your smartphones or laptop or whichever thing. We look for this meaning of assessment tools.
Yes.
Then I'll choose randomly. Assessment tools. different superior?
No, mine is the same as his.
Okay. The one who has target groups? Yes. Lift it up so that you see. Look at that, then you check for it in the internet. You can use our phones, please. Now, but 1 minute. Yes.
Target group refers to the specific group of learners or individuals for whom a lesson, training program, or assessment is designed. Yes.
Okay, so based on the definitions that we've read for assessment tools and target groups, what are the what is a key word that you've gotten from the definition of assessment tools?
It is an instrument.
Okay. It is an instrument. And in target groups,
It is a specific group.
it is a specific group. So, given that an assessment tool is an instrument, I want you to give me some of the examples of assessment tools that you know.
Is questionnaire?
Yes.
Questionnaire.
We have observational tool. Observation.
Yes, we can say observation checklist.
Survey forms.
Yes, survey.
When you say interview,
Yes, but you can say for it to be an instrument, you say it is an out.
an interview form.
Yes, an interview guideline on a form. Yes. Okay, you can see it now. So I have some samples here. You can look at them. Then you tell me which one you looked at. Which one have you looked at?
Questionnaires.
Another person. So also coming in, 4, 5. I have this is a case study. So based on the questionnaires that and the tools that I've given you, I want you to read that case study. Then you tell me which assessment tool you can use in that case study. So I'm giving you 2 minutes.
mine.
Wait a minute. Then you share with your neighbor. Based on that case study, which assessment tool do you think we can use for that case study? Who is ready to share their answer? Yes, please.
We have the questionnaires.
You can use questionnaires. Can you justify your answer? Why do you think we can use questionnaires?
Because we want to assess the challenge faced by women in the rural community when lobbying for better health. Now we have to have questions for which the community will use to give us the feedback.
So in this case, the target there is
Women.
okay. Another one that you can use. They are not limited to the ones that are given. You can research on any other assessment tools that you can use in that scenario. Yes?
Madam, I also wanted to stress on the questionnaire part.
Yes.
Because in this case study, they require a total privacy, respect, clear and inclusivity. So to me, I think questionnaire will work on this stuff.
Okay. Another person?
Madam, can you talk about interviewing?
So you can interview.
Yeah.
Why do you think we can use interviews?
We can use interview specifically for women because we are targeting women. So we can interview them to tell us which challenges they face. In that comment.
On the interview part, here is a rural community, and we all know rural areas, the level of literacy is high. So interview can make it convenient.
Yes. Another person? We are not limited to the tools that I've shared. You can think of any other tool that we can use for that question. Do you think we can use observation checklist? Why? Yes?
I think we can also use that observation checklist, but yes, you can use that when you go to that rural community and when you observe how the women in the community look like, you just have to tell that they have a challenge that they are facing. Yeah.
Another one?
Madam,
Yes?
when using observation checklist,
Yes.
I think it will limit us in data collection because there are some things you won't observe, but if you go and ask the women, they actually tell you. But you personally, if you're observing, you can't get enough data you want.
Okay, that is true. Any other assessment tool that you can use in that study? Lydia? Apart from those three.
I think they are interested and there's another person who was
Can you use a focus group discussion?
focus.
Yes.
Yes, you can use that because you have the target group, which is the individual.
So you can also use that focus group discussion. So we want to list and identify key considerations when we are developing these tools. So let us list some of the key considerations when we are developing these tools. One of the considerations that you can use when you want to develop a questionnaire. What do you consider when you are developing a questionnaire? Some of them, yes, clarity.
Age,
So you have clarity. Someone has said age.
yes.
Please explain.
When we have our target group, the women, yes, but when we are making the questionnaire, we must consider that there are some women of the age bracket that maybe they don't have knowledge of how the questions are answered in the questionnaire. So we must consider when we are formulating questions in questionnaire, we must consider the age.
Yes.
So that we involve everyone, the middle and the aged ones.
Yes. Another consideration that you can consider, another thing, yes,
This language I feel like yes, English.
it is. So you can see the literacy level. So how can you explain this one? It is not limited to just questionnaires when you're developing any of them. You have to consider the literacy level. So can you explain anything about this?
In like interviews, you should use a language that is understandable to all.
Yes. That is true. Yes?
The population size.
Explain.
When you want to use a focus group discussion, you need to know the size of the population you're working on so that you can know how you're going to group them. If you're using the questionnaires, you wish to have enough questionnaires according to the populations, same to the observation
literacy level, I think it is combined with the exposure. Maybe you are somebody who is exposed. You can be educated in a village, but you are not exposed to some digital things, or maybe you don't even know how to write well.
So I think, looking at it keenly, I feel like education can fall under literacy level.
Madam, let me say something. Literacy level in the language, I think language is different from literacy level. For this instance, I can say I'm educated, and I can tell I'm literate. But about the language, personally, I don't know my language very well. But you see, I'm literate. You're getting the difference. Now, when you come to me to ask me something in my language, I want to be able to explain. But when you come to me and use maybe Kiswahili and English, I'm good at that. Now, we have two answers. Literacy.
So we have literacy level
language.
and language. So basically, literacy level is about your education level. Language is whether, for example, when you are using English questionnaires, are they able to hear that language?
Or are you able to translate what you are talking in English into that mother tongue of those people?
Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Thank you for that, Faith. Another consideration that we can look into. I don't think that does make sense. There are lots of things that we look at when we are making assessment tools. Yes?
When you say the type of the assessment,
Explain.
the type, because you can't go to an area with maybe your own tool to assess something that those people are not conversant with what you want to use. For example, you can't take interviews to these women, and yet you don't know how you are going to converse with them. It will force you now to have another person from that community for them to understand. So I can say the type of the assessment tool.
So, whatever we are talking about is we are identifying the considerations when developing assessment tools. We've not gone into the community yet. We are still developing questionnaires, interviews, observation checklists, and how to conduct focus group discussions. We've not gone, we are still making them. So what do you consider when you are making a question? This one, yes? Yes. That should have been number one, availability of resources. Do you mind explaining a bit?
You need resources to, like money.
Yes. To prepare them.
Yes.
Especially when you are making, for example, questionnaires. Questionnaires we have to use MNN or BNN. So it involves, so you have to write it somewhere. For you to write it on paper, so you have to print that paper. For example, if you are doing an interview, so you'll have an interview form or a guide. So you'll have to write it. Yes. And that resource can even include time. Yeah. Another one? We've exhausted them.
Unless you honest from your side.
Yes, Lydia, do you have something to add?
No?
Omalwa? Okay. So, I want us to say something that we learned today from this class. So we are going to read like this. You're going to tell me 3 things that you found interesting. Some 2 things that new things that you learned, and 1 question that you have.
blue one can explain to you.
Another person. Faith, anything interesting that you learned today?
I've learned the consideration of developing assessment tools.
Do you have any question?
I've understood the better.
Yeah, we?
One thing I've learned several about language and literacy. Not language, education and literacy. I've also learned about focus groups. Never had research. Yeah.
Yes, Amanda.
Today, I have learned about meaning of assessment tools and the meaning of target groups.
Lydia?
We have learned about the different assessment tools. I've also learned the key consideration when choosing the assessment tools. And also an interesting thing that I have also learned the difference between literacy level and revision level.
Okay. So we come to the end of our class today. I have an assignment for you. That assignment I'm going to send it through your classroom. She'll share it with you in your various forums. It's going to be an individual work, and I'm awarding marks on it. So come with them next week. Thank you and have a nice day.
You too.